on Monday, March 28, 2022.
Pam, you need to pull that mic down as close as
It wasn't. I just turned it on.
Okay, Mike, would you do the pledge, please?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, Jimmy?
Our Heavenly Father, we come before you again one more time. Just thank you so much for this little town. Thank you for the benefits we have. We thank you, bless you be with us through our ups and downs, and just lead and guide us in a way that pleases you. We ask these things in Jesus' name. Amen.
Okay, Sandy, roll call when you're ready.
Pamela Samples,
Here.
William Ellis. Here. Scott Oldham.
Here.
Trevor Sager.
Here.
Dan Swafford.
Here.
Okay, first thing is approval of the minutes for the regular meeting, March 14th, 2022. Do you have a motion?
So moved. Second.
Okay, Sandy, whenever.
William Ellis.
Yes.
Scott Oldham.
Yes.
Trevor Sager.
Yes.
Dan Swafford.
Abstain. Wasn't present.
Pamela Samples.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Okay, the next thing is the action to pay accounts payable, vouchers, and payroll.
So moved.
I have a comment before you move, please.
So moved.
The accounts payable vouchers that I sent out to you on Friday have been revised. We had to void a check off of that for $895.91. So this is a new one with the proper amount on it for your signatures.
Why did we avoid that one?
Well, it was a fire department issue, and we had misinterpreted, picked up a volunteer's uniform and paid for it out of the fire. And our fire chief instructed us this morning it should have been volunteers paid for those uniforms. And so he brought us in a check to cover that directly to the company.
Renew my motion to approve.
I'll second.
Okay, Sandy, whenever you're ready.
William Ellis.
Yes.
Scott Oldham.
Yes.
Trevor Sager.
Yes.
Dan Swafford.
Yes.
Pamela Samples.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Okay, the next thing, we have Resolution 03-2022 to dispose of surplus property for the police department.
This is a 2014 Dodge that I told you about 2 weeks ago that has engine problems and has rear axle problems also. So it's unfortunately, I hate to see the car go, but it's time to move it on down the line. So we'll hope to get something out of it. I'm hoping it's going to be a couple thousand we get, maybe not get that much, but the car's in, I mean, you look at it from 5 feet, it looks brand new. So, I mean, I've kept it in pretty good shape, but I didn't anticipate the engine going out of it, so.
Okay. Does anybody have any questions?
How are you going to dispose of it? Are you
On eBay,
eBay?
yeah, that's what we have the last several cars.
Have we had pretty good luck with eBay?
We've got people standing in line to bid on this car.
But no problems with like people trying to return or shipping or trying
No.
to pick them up?
They come here and pick them up, they pay us before
Okay.
Sandy gives me the title, we sign it over, and we get the check, or not, we get a cashier's check. We don't take checks, we take a cashier's check. So we make sure the money's there, so,
I was just curious,
yeah.
because I've known it's been notorious to have troubles.
We have sold probably 8 vehicles in my 6 years, and we've not had any trouble at all with them, so.
Good.
Anybody else have any questions?
And you're taking all the light kit and everything, did it have a light kit on it, or?
It did, some of the things we might be able to use, but again, the car is almost 8 years old. So those things that fit in a 14 will not fit a 16 or an 18 or a 20, so.
All those have to be removed by state law. It can't be sold.
That's what I was getting ready to ask, I didn't think you could sell them.
Yeah, it's very rare that you can, if we have similar cars that we have lights that maybe have a bulb go out or something like that, we'll take that with mine and use a bulb out of it. As far as using it for a new car, no, we won't be able to use that.
But you strip them down though and take that stuff off, and you save it or you pitch that stuff? later?
We save it for a little while till we get to kicking it around so much that we finally get rid of it, so.
All right, I'm just curious.
Yeah.
Anybody else? Okay, do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve Resolution 03-2022 to dispose of surplus property for the police department.
I'll second.
Okay, Sandy, whenever you're ready.
William Ellis?
Yes.
Scott Oldham?
Yes.
Trevor Sager?
Yes.
Dan Swafford?
Yes.
Pamela Samples?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Okay, we have no ordinances on the first reading, no ordinances on the second reading, no old business. Do you have a flood report, Mike?
Yeah, I was talking to board member William Ellis, and he had some people ask him about when the permits would be finished for the Vine Street project, and also what kind of permits they were. So he asked me to reiterate that. And so there's a couple permits are called 401 and 404 permits from IDEM, and they're both about water quality. The 401 specifically, and then the 404 is about anytime you cut or fill inside a creek area. And it's basically to protect the waterway and aquatic life. Both permits have to do with that. So it takes some time to get them, and I couldn't tell you exactly when we get them, but maybe by June, maybe a little later. Just depends on how busy they are. So
And after those permits, about how fast can we, or do we need more? Is that just one set of permits we need?
well, after we get the permits, I think we can start putting together with Darla's help a request for proposal, or we could have a request for proposal developed and then put it out for bid. And I think when I talked to Andrew Miller from Christopher Burke, he said we might actually be able to start digging by October. So
Awesome.
Have we had any flood events since all this has started?
well, we had 3-inch rain in less than 48 hours last week, and we had a burst about 4 in the morning the last day. I can't even remember what day it was now. I've slept since then, but the creek came up north of town and went over the bridge down by the sewer plant, but up by Stewart property, it hardly went up at all.
Wow.
So most of the rain was north of Ellettsville, and it caused our sewer plant to run 4 pumps for about 12 hours. So we're looking for a hole in one of the pipes upstream from us, because it was a lot of water at the plant, and it's the most water we'd had for some time, so quite the event. So, but we didn't. We puddled, and Vine Street puddled pretty good, and the creek going up towards Turtleback to the south, it was full, and it actually breached both bridges for just a short period of time. It was like 5 or 6 in the morning. So we don't need any more rain for a while, and we're going to get some Wednesday nights.
Yeah, it's getting to the season where we're gonna have heavy rains. Maybe.
Okay, does anybody else have any questions?
Well, I got a lot of questions. I don't know if they're relevant to our meeting, though.
Hold off on the
Okay.
thought. Okay, any questions from the public? Okay. Next thing's Envision Ellisville update. Dan, do you have anything on Envision?
Not very much. We had another meeting with the Taylor Group last week on the 24th, trying to finalize our last section of this plan. We've got a meeting coming up April 5th for the implementation team for a planning session, and then, of course, as I've reported before, April 21st will be our public reveal, and that's going to be there at the town hall at 6 o'clock.
What was that date?
That's all
Okay,
I've got.
thank you. Does anybody have any questions for Dan?
What was that last date when you said it would be a public?
The public reveal will be on April 21st, there at the town hall at 6 o'clock.
Thank you.
Dan, I'm not sure that's in stone. I talked to a couple people today, so that may be revised.
Well, as of our meeting on the 24th, it was in stone, but, you know, that stone's pretty soft. I think it
Yeah.
might be changed. But that's all I've got. Thank you.
Okay.
Course of business.
Okay. All right. We have new business. The first thing is the fire department request to hire a part-time fireman.
Thank you. I actually have two. The first one is an all-out request to hire a firefighter named Dylan Robertson, who is already, as a trained firefighter, has availability to work for us. Went through the testing process, interviews, and that'd be the first one. And the second one, I want to reactivate a former employee who actually was not terminated in the system, so he's still on the books, but we felt like it would be best to bring his name back, bring him back again. So the first one is Dylan Robertson for part-time, and the second one is Troy Colvin, requesting permission to hire these people as part-time.
Okay, does anybody have any questions?
Do these increase the numbers, or are these just
Well,
replacements?
they're actually going to increase the numbers. However, I am in the process of talking with at least 6 other firefighters who have not been putting in their time. So I anticipate a reduction soon. If not, then they'll be coming forward for a termination process because they're not working their hours as required by the town. So Dylan Robertson and Troy Colvin. Colvin.
Does anybody else have a question? Okay, do you have a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the fire department's request to hire Dylan Robertson and Troy Colvin as part-time firemen.
Second.
Okay, Sandy, whenever.
William Ellis?
Yes.
Scott Oldham?
Yes.
Trevor Sager?
Yes.
Dan Swafford?
Yes.
Pamela Samples?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
Okay, the next on the agenda is the mobile radios upgrades for the police department.
Yeah, thank you. This is the item I talked to you about last Thursday and Friday. Talked to, I think, all 5 of you. It's actually a portable radios. The mobile radios we're upgrading as we purchase new vehicles. So this year we'll have 3 new vehicles, so we'll have 3 upgraded mobile radios. These are the 5 Motorola's that will get us to the point where all the full-time SROs and our part-time people have up-to-date mobile radios. I'm sorry, it's not mobile. I mixed Sandy up on this. It's portable radios.
Okay.
I'm not sure if it's a voting item or not. The amount, I just want to make sure you all knew that we were spending that much money, so.
It was listed in the budget, was it not?
It's in the budget, yes.
Okay, does anybody have a motion?
A quick question, Jimmy. Do we share the radios, or does everyone have their own?
Everyone has their own.
Is there a reason for that?
Yes, durability and the fact that in case you need to turn out extra people, you can't have them running 24/7. We've tried that, it doesn't work.
So like if they're off duty or something, they can hear what's going on, or?
No.
No.
You can't have that piece of equipment continually working
Oh,
because.
The
it needs
durability
downtime.
is not there to have it on
Gotcha.
24 hours a
All
day.
right.
Do we need to make a motion on this since it's, okay.
I don't think so, do we?
Darla just
Darrell
said
says
yes.
yes.
Oh,
Then I'll make a motion to approve the mobile radio upgrades for the police department.
I'll second.
Okay, Sandy, whenever you're ready.
William Ellis?
Yes.
Scott Oldham?
Yes.
Trevor Sager?
Yes.
Dan Swafford?
yes.
Pamela Samples?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Okay, the next thing is
Thank you.
2022 Ferris Moore for the Department of Public Works Street Division. Yes, that's you.
Yeah, we're just wanting to upgrade and we're trading in 2, it's a 2002 and a 2007. They're old Toros, and we're just wanting to upgrade to get 1 new Ferris, and we'll have 5 new Ferrises between the DPW, and then we'll have 1 older Toro. The 2 mowers we're wanting to trade in are kind of getting a little bit rough, and we're just wanting to get them out before they keep breaking down on us. So that's what we're wanting to do.
Anybody have any questions?
The money, do you already have the money in your budget for this?
Yeah, Sandy's went over it, and we got 3 quotes from 3 different places, and Richards was the cheapest, and they're here in town, and so that's who we're wanting to go with.
All right.
Anybody else? Okay, do I have a motion?
I move we approve the 2022 purchase of the Ferris mover for the Department of Public Works, Street Division.
Second.
And accept the quote from Richard Small Engine.
And to accept the quote from Richard Small Engine.
Amended second.
Okay, Sandy, whenever you're ready.
William Ellis?
Yes.
Scott Oldham?
Yes.
Trevor Sager?
Yes.
Dan Swafford?
Yes.
Pamela Samples?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
Okay, the next is quotes for updating the personnel policy.
Yes,
that
I got two quotes. One is from the people who did our wage study. They're in the back of your packets there. So the first one was from Wagner, Irwin, and Steele. And they, their quote is from $14,840 to $16,600 plus expenses. And I think that they do the Monroe County personnel policy. The second quote is from New Focus HR. And this firm is real active in the Clerks League, and they have done several personnel policies. They gave us a list of references in the back, and their cost is considerably less. It is only $5,000. And then both of them offer human resources consulting services by the hour, which I thought was a nice thing to have. I've not had that in the past. And then the annual employee handbook update would be $125 a year. So they would do an update every year just to keep us in line with government, changes.
Okay. Does anybody have any questions?
Is there a reason why the second one was considerably lower?
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, I think she's a smaller firm, and
did you call the references or any of these, check into anything?
I have not consulted any of the references. She did one of the personnel policies, one of the customers shared on the listserv of the clerks, and I looked through it briefly. Anybody have any questions?
I'd feel more comfortable voting on this if you could reach out and kind of spot check some of these references, only because the difference in price is so high. I want to make sure that we're not getting what we pay for, and we're getting something that they're happy with. These are like-minded towns. I mean, Greencastle's bigger than we are, I believe. So, I mean, if they're happy with it, that's good. I just want to make sure that this just isn't ones they've done, and I'm sure they'll talk to you. That's just where I stand.
I'm kind of with William, just out of due diligence. Let's check a few of them because there's no urgent rush for this.
Right. Do you want me to do anything with the other one?
Did they provide references?
No.
But they've done,
I'm
The
not
local-
familiar with what they've done other than,
The
I
county.
think it was Mike Corman who told me that they did Monroe County's.
Yeah.
Well, why don't you start with the one we're leaning toward first, and if we get bad reviews, we can look at the other.
or you
I'd be
could
glad to do
contact the one and ask for references.
And I did, so I need to look back at that email and see what they said. But yes, I will just put
Okay.
this on the agenda again next time and check out those references. I'll try to shoot you an email if I find out something, or if I can forward that copy of the one that I have to you also. But that's kind of cumbersome.
Do we need to
Table.
table this?
It would help to have a motion.
I make a motion, we table the quotes for updating the personnel policy until Sandy can check into some references.
I'll second.
And whenever you're ready, Sandy.
William Ellis?
Yes.
Scott Oldham?
Yes.
Trevor Sager?
Yes.
Dan Swafford?
Yes.
Pamela Samples?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Okay, the next is the privilege of the floor. Does anybody have anything they want to bring up that we've not talked about tonight? Okay. All right, next is supervisor comments. Okay. Mike, you have something?
Yes, Monroe County has had the luxury of having a great 911 dispatch system, and today there was a retirement party for a long-term dispatcher at the Central Dispatch Center. Her name is Vienna Lewis, and she worked with the County Sheriff's Department before the merger with Central Dispatch, and she's been with the community for 43 years. So she's been a faithful servant on the dispatch, on the air. Just want to acknowledge her and for her 43 years of service to the community. She's going to be missed. A lot of institutional knowledge gone there. So, she was a great dispatcher, and I just want to acknowledge that. That's all I had. Thank you.
Just real quick, I want to second that. He's done a fantastic job, and she's responsible for saving a tremendous amount of lives over the years.
Okay. You have anything you want to, Kevin?
Nope.
No, thank you.
No, I have nothing.
Okay. Okay, council comments? Okay. Do we have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Time is 6:52.